Hey guys, my name is Dalen and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to take you all step by step on how I became a CPA and how you can too in as little as 6 months. Whether you're just looking for a raise or maybe a job opportunity, this video has you covered. All right, let's go. So the first thing you all need to do to become a CPA is get your education requirements. I've linked in the description below what each state requires, but most states will require 150 credit hours. And to achieve this, a lot of people get their master's degree in accounting, and then that makes them eligible to sit for the exam. My university did not provide master's degrees, so I just have a bachelor's degree, and then I got the remaining 30 or so credit hours to get to that 150 mark with courses I was interested in, other business and marketing courses. So the second thing you all are going to need to do to become a CPA is go through the application process. And the screen you're seeing here, I've linked it in the description, but it is where you need to go to start the application. So you click on your state and then you follow the links, and the fees associated with applying are $150 if you're a first-time applicant, which you will be at the start, and $75 per section to register. And then there's about a $200 fee per exam. Now they do say you only want to register for the exam in which you want to take in the next 6 months, because once you get what's called a notice to schedule, which I'll explain later, you can only schedule your exam up to 6 months beyond that date that you receive the notice to schedule. So you avoid paying multiple registration fees, which are $75, if you just register all your exams for the next 6 months. However, it's really hard to pass all the exams in 6 months, but still doable. And so when I stretched my exam process into the 12 months, I just registered twice, so I paid the registration fees twice. And so when you guys are applying, they're gonna wanna ask you for your transcripts, your proof of residency, things like that. Don't get too bogged down by that. It's pretty straightforward and easy, and you're just gonna email or mail those documents to your state boards. So after you've paid your fees and you've put in your application, you're gonna be waiting a little while, and during that time, you're not gonna know what to do. So I recommend to just start studying right away. So I recommend to also pick up a review course of some kind. There are many out there. Personally, I used Becker CPA Review. I've also heard of Wiley, Gleim, and Roger CPA Review. I would do personally whatever you think is going to be the most successful for you at the best cost, because I know that some courses out there are very overpriced. Some are probably too cheap. Just use your best judgment on which course to go with. Each of them have wild success and have seen many of their students go through the program and pass. So don't be freaked out about, okay, should I pick this one or that one? They're all going to be good. Just do a little research on each one of them and see which one is best for your budget. And honestly, guys, at this point, you're just going to be studying. You're going to feel like that's all you do. Your family and friends are going to want to see you and say, oh, come out and hang out with us on the weekends. But you have to say no, guys. You have to stay committed to a plan. And honestly, this whole time of your life could be gone in as little as 6 months. I had friends that passed the exam that quickly. Personally, it took me about 12 or 13 months because I wanted to have a life outside of those things. I had a full-time job, and so that took a lot of my time away. So I know everyone learns differently, but the study pattern that worked for me was just to listen to the lectures and take notes as I went. I know it's pretty straightforward and simple. I would also do the questions and answers at the end, and then I'd read over the lecture again. For me, I didn't have to listen to it again, but I felt like reading again really cemented the concepts in my mind. I would also do just hundreds of multiple choice questions. I know it sounds crazy, but this really helped concretely put the concepts and the formulas in my mind to where I just couldn't forget them. I did do some simulation problems, but for the most part, it was a lot of multiple choice, and this just would be my best piece of advice, to hammer out the multiple choice as much as you can. When you're in the car, if you've got a break from work, just do a few multiple choice questions. It can't hurt. And those questions really add up to give you a really good result. So the next thing you guys are going to want to do is take the exam. So remember when I was talking about the notice to schedule earlier? It's that piece of paper you get whenever you apply for the exam and wait a few days? Well, that's going to allow you to set up an appointment with one of the testing centers around the United States. And the testing centers are usually in a lot of the mid-sized to bigger cities. You'll just have to see whenever you get your notice of schedule. If you live in a very rural area, you might have to drive a little bit, but most of these testing centers are just scattered throughout, so it shouldn't be a problem to find one. And so you'll just repeat that process for all 4 sections of the CPA exam. You'll apply, you'll schedule, you'll study, and you'll take the exam. After you've passed all 4 sections of the exam, there is still one more to take, but don't worry, it's not that hard. It is the ethics exam, and I'm showing you here where to go for the ethics exam. It is $189, and it is required for licensure. You want to be sure to select the required for licensure option, because if you don't, your exam won't be credited toward your licensure. So please, please, please select this option. So before you get to studying and taking the exam, you should probably know that each state requires experience before you can be licensed. And usually this is only 1 year of accounting or accounting related experience, so it's not too terrible. And a lot of you might already have this experience. However, if you're still in school or just exiting school, you want to be aware of this because you cannot get your license until you've gotten the 1 year of experience. In the description below, I've included a map of the United States, and it explains exactly what states require what amount of experience. So one of the last things you guys need to do to become a CPA is to pay the dues. Dues are never fun. Dues range from $50 to $500 to become a CPA. It depends on your rank in a company, but you can expect to pay around $300 dues per year in a staff position role and up to $500 a year in a partner or senior level role. Another thing you have to be aware of when you're a CPA is your CPE. CPE stands for Continuing Professional Education. In my state, it requires 40 hours of CPE each year to maintain your CPA license. It would be disastrous to lose your license, so make sure you're on top of your CPE. You can get CPE from a variety of sources. You can get it in your workplace, online, or in person, like with seminars. I would go to a website called mastercpe.com. I'll leave a link in the description. This is a great website to get very affordable and sometimes even free CPE credits. And at this point, guys, you're just waiting for your CPA license to get to you in the mail. Mine is right here. That's the official one I have. And I don't put it up there to be special or to call attention to myself. I just use it as a reminder of how hard I worked at something and how you can achieve this too, and how much credibility and how much extra career potential you have when you have your CPA license. So you guys are probably wondering, should I do this? Should I go back to school to get the credits? Should I go take the exam? And I would say, if you want to go far in the accounting field, I definitely recommend getting your CPA. This is because I've linked to a study in the description that states that CPAs can expect to earn as much as 10 to 15% more annually than their non-certified friends. This equates to hundreds of thousands of dollars over the course of your career and can significantly open doors for you. You can have more job opportunities, better chances of a raise, and just have more credibility in the eyes of the public. All these factors really make it easy for me to recommend that you get your CPA. If you are serious about advancing your career and really going far with accounting, or you have many, many working years ahead of you, then I truly recommend it. You won't regret it. If you guys liked the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and it really helps out my new channel. Without further ado, guys, I will see you in the next video. Take it easy.